She is stable. Marinette flinched at the word. Cat Noir stayed composed. I'm taking her home. Lady Luck did not object. She left. Clean gone. Cat Noir turned back to Marinette. Rooftop first? He said gently. She hesitated, then took his hand. He guided her across rooftops carefully, adjusting his pace to hers. When they reached her rooftop, she faced him. I don't remember you. I know. My diary says I trust you. You do. You keep saying that. You've told me, Cat Noir said carefully, more times than I can count. Her breath caught. Are you scared of me remembering? Yes. Why? Because you deserve the truth, Cat Noir said softly, and I don't know how to give it to you without hurting you. She stepped closer, fingers hovering near his mask. He froze. I won't take it off, she whispered. Relief flickered across his face. But don't disappear without saying goodbye. I won't. Tomorrow? She whispered. Tomorrow, Cat Noir echoed. He stepped back before the moment tipped too far. Go inside. If I sleep, I'll forget. I know. Will you be okay? I will be. She nodded. Good night. Good night, Princess. He watched her climb down through the skylight. Only then did he lift his hand. Plag? He murmured. Claws in. The transformation unwound. Adrian stood alone in the night air. Plag floated out from his collar. It is getting closer, Adrian said quietly. Yeah. Reminiscence again, third time. Someone's feeding it. I know. Adrian stared at the skyline. I told her the truth. Which truth? That she's not imagining it. Plag hovered nearer. I don't know how many more tomorrows I can do this, Adrian admitted. You will. That's not comforting. Comfort's overrated. Adrian closed his eyes briefly, then opened them again. I'll come back, he whispered, not to her, to himself. Even if she forgot, he couldn't afford to. Part 4. The Shape of What's Missing. Marinette woke up angry at her own eyelids. Not the dramatic kind of anger, no fists clenched, no sudden tears, just a thin, bitter pressure behind her ribs, as if sleep had done something personal to her in the night. She lay there still beneath the duvet and listened for the bakery below. The familiar sounds arrived in the usual order. Her father's footsteps, the soft clink of trays, the low hum of ovens waking. Normal. As if normal was something Paris still knew how to be. Marinette stared at the ceiling and tried to hold on to the last thing she felt before she fell asleep. There had been a rooftop, cold air, a voice saying her name like it meant something, a mask she touched carefully. The memory of the texture was there, like a phantom imprint against her fingertips. Then the edges blurred, and the morning arrived without mercy. She exhaled slowly and sat up. Colour greeted her before memory. Sticky notes surrounded her mirror in bright squares, the same constellation she built for herself, or rather the version of herself who existed yesterday. Read the diaries first. You are safe. This is temporary. Trust yourself. Marinette stared at the notes and felt something twist inside her. Temporary had become a word she hated. Not because it wasn't true, but because it was true in the way winter was true. It could stretch longer than anyone wanted and still technically be temporary. She crossed the room and picked up a diary. The cover was worn where her fingertips gripped it every morning. She'd been doing this long enough for the object to remember even if she didn't. She opened to yesterday. "Good morning, future me." Marinette's eyes softened despite herself. She could almost hear her own voice in the ink, steady, patient, gentle, with the girl she knew would wake up afraid. "You made it through the day. That matters." Marinette read slowly. School, Alia, a quiet moment in class where she stared at snow gathering on the windowsill and wondered if it was possible to make a day stay put. "Chloe tried to needle you. You didn't bleed." She smiled faintly at that. Then her eyes caught on a section boxed in careful lines, like a warning label. "Reminiscence again." She swallowed. "It's not normal anymore. Akumas don't repeat like this. This is the 4th time, different host each time, same feeling, same distortion, same pull." Marinette's breath hitched. 4th time. Her fingers tightened on the page hard enough that the paper creased slightly. She hadn't known that. Not consciously, but some part of her, some deeper layer, felt the truth of it as soon as she read the words. A puzzle piece sliding into place with a sickening click. The diary continued, her handwriting growing slightly messier, as if she'd been writing too quickly, afraid she'd lose the day before she could pin it down. The distortion is getting worse, not just in people's heads in the city. Straight lines bend, distances feel wrong. It's like Paris forgets where it put itself. Marinette pressed a palm to her forehead. If you wake up and feel like something is pressing on you, it's not just anxiety, it's pressure. You're not making it up. She closed her eyes. "Okay," she whispered to the room. "Okay." There was a note beneath, written in smaller letters. "I don't think reminiscence is accidental anymore. I think someone is feeding it. Don't say that out loud, just notice." Marinette stared. Notice. Not investigate, not confront. Notice. Her throat tightened. The instinct to charge towards answers rose sharp and immediate. She could feel the familiar Marinette urge to fix, to solve, to make chaos behave. But yesterday, handwriting, her own, had anticipated her. Don't chase it recklessly. Marinette exhaled and turned the page to the back, where she started doing something new. Not recounting, mapping. A rough sketch of a jigsaw piece, shaded in pencil, next to it a list. Pieces I have. Alia is safe. My parents are safe. I'm in my room. I'm in my life. Cat Noir exists. He comes back. Lady Luck exists. She is distant. Reminiscence attacks feel like falling. The rooftops makes me breathe. Pieces missing. Why Cat Noir looks tired. Why Lady Luck won't look at me. Why Adrien looks relieved when he sees me. What the red thread is. Yo-yo? Who is feeding reminiscence? Marinette stared at Adrien's name. She didn't remember writing it, but her handwriting did. She read the next line twice. Why Adrien looked relieved when he sees me. Her chest tightened in that strange way it always did when she thought of him. Less fluttering, more ache. She closed the diary gently and sat on the edge of her bed. For a moment, she did nothing. Then she reached for a blank sticky note and a pen. She wrote carefully, pressing hard enough to leave an indentation. Proof for tomorrow, if nothing else. Today. 1. Don't rush. 2. Ask Alia gently. 3. Pay attention to patterns. 4. If you feel the pull, sit down, breathe. 5. Rooftop tonight. She paused and added one more line in a smaller writing. If Cat Noir says, "Princess, don't be scared of liking it." She stuck the note beside the mirror anyway. Downstairs, the bakery wrapped around her like warmth, trying to convince her the world was still kind. Sabrine looked up when Marinette entered, her expression soft and careful. "Morning, sweetheart." Marinette smiled. "Morning." Tom slid a pastry towards her. "You look thoughtful." Marinette hesitated. "I am trying to remember the shape of yesterday," she said quietly. Tom's smile faltered, then steadied. "You always do. You're good at that." Marinette swallowed. "Sometimes I don't want to have to be." Sabrine squeezed her hand. "I know, but you are not doing it alone." At school, Alia was waiting near the gates, scarf wrapped up to her nose. "You're early," Alia said. "I didn't want to be alone with my thoughts," Marinette admitted. They walked together. "You read it?" Alia asked. Marinette nodded once. "It's the 4th time." Alia slowed. "Yeah." "It's not normal," Marinette whispered. "No," Alia agreed. "It's not. My diary says someone might be feeding it." Alia's eye widened, then narrowed thoughtfully. "I've been thinking that too. Not because I want to go full conspiracy, just because Paris doesn't do patterns like this unless something is pushing." Marinette exhaled shakily. "That's what it feels like. Pressure." Adrien passed him in the corridor. He slowed. "Hi," he said. Marinette felt that cord tug inside her. She noticed the shadows beneath his eyes, the way his smile arrived a fraction late. And the flicker? Relief. When he saw that she was standing upright. "Hi," she replied. You look okay," Adrien said like he hadn't meant to say it out loud. "I am," Marinette said carefully. "I think." "Good," he said softly. She held herself still. "You look tired." Adrien blinked. "Yeah, I didn't sleep much." "Maybe you should," she said. "Maybe," he replied, gaze lingering. The bell rang and the moment broke. The day passed in quiet fragments. Marinette wrote more than she spoke. She watched her own hands for hints of muscle memory, some traces of that red thread. At lunch, Alia kept her talking about normal things, smoothing the sharp edges, but Marinette could feel the city holding its breath again. Pressure before snow. When the cumulus hit, it was almost a relief. Reminiscence appeared like a thought slipping sideways. The air shimmered. Straight lines bent. Marinette's heart hammered as the first wave brushed her mind. Fingertips tracing cracks in glass. The pull. She dropped to a crouch instinctively, pressing her back against the wall, breathing hard. Then warmth arrived. Presence. Voice. "Princess." She opened her eyes and found Cat Noir crouched beside her, green eyes intent behind his mask. "Look at me," he said gently. "Stay here." "You came," she whispered. "Yeah," he said. "I came." The second wave hit harder. This time the world slid. A building corner shifted and snapped back. She gasped, dizzy, and Cat Noir caught her elbow, firm and careful. "Breathe," he murmured. "Just breathe." Across the street, Lady Luck arrived in a sharp flash of red. She moved like a solution, accurate, fast, unfeeling. She did not look at Marinette. Cat Noir did, choking her again and again. The fight ended quickly. Lady Luck purified the Kuma with cold efficiency. The distortion collapsed inwards. Paris snapped back into place. Marinette stayed crouched, breathing hard. Something lingered behind her eyes. Pressure. Shape. "You okay?" Cat Noir asked quietly. Marinette laughed once. "No. I keep feeling like I'm about to remember," she whispered, "and then it slips away." Cat Noir composed held, but something painful flashed beneath it. Lady Luck landed nearby. "We're done," Lady Luck said. "She's not okay," Cat Noir replied. "She is stable," Lady Luck answered. Marinette flinched. Cat Noir stayed composed. "I'm taking her home." Lady Luck paused, assessed and nodded. "Do what you want." Then she was gone. Cat Noir returned back to Marinette. "Rooftop?" he said gently. "First?" "Why?" "Because up there," he said softly, "you breathe." She shook his hand. They moved across rooftops. Marinette's body found balance too easily. Each leap less fear, more bone-deep recognition. On her rooftop, wind hit her face and helped. "I read my diary," she said quietly. "And?" "It says this is the 4th time," she whispered. "It is." "It says someone might be feeding it." Cat Noir went still. "I think so too," he admitted. "How do you know?" "I know enough," he said carefully. "Not everything." "Do you know more than you're telling me?" "Yes," he said quietly. "Are you scared of me remembering?" "Yes." "Why?" "Because you deserve the truth," he whispered, "and I don't know how to give it to you without hurting you." Marinette's eyes stung. "If you keep protecting me from it, doesn't that hurt too?" He didn't answer immediately. His hand lifted, stopping before he touched her, waiting. She didn't move away. His nickel brushed her cheek, warm through the glove, a tether. "I hate sleeping," Marinette whispered. "I know. I hate waking up and having to read about my own life like it belongs to someone else." "I'm sorry," he said softly. "Don't disappear without saying goodbye," she whispered. "I won't," he promised. "Tomorrow?" "Tomorrow," Cat Noir echoed. "Why do you keep coming back?" she asked quietly. "Because it's you," he said. Marinette nodded once, breath stolen. "Go inside," he said gently. "Eat something. Rest." "If I sleep, I'll forget." "I know." "Will you be okay?" "I will be," he said, like practice. Most of the words they repeat are like practice, day after day after day. "Good night," she whispered. "Good night, Princess." Marinette climbed down through the skylight and sat at a desk. She opened the diary to a fresh page, not to recount, to map. She drew another puzzle piece, shaded it in, and wrote, "Piece added today. Reminiscence has happened 4 times. Someone might be feeding it. Cat Noir knows more. He's scared of me remembering. Lady Luck is cold. She says I'm stable. She won't look at me. The rooftop still helps. I hate sleep now." And then she wrote, underlined twice, "Why does Adrien look relieved when he sees me?" She set her pen down and looked at her bed. She didn't want to sleep, but her body was heavy, her mind bruised. She wrote one more sticky note and pressed it to the mirror. Tomorrow. Read the map. Don't panic. If you see Adrien, notice his eyes. If you see Cat Noir, let him be real. Marinette turned out the light and lay down. She tried to hold on to one thing she could carry into the morning. The warmth of a gloved knuckle against her cheek. The softness in his voice saying princess. The way the rooftop wind made her feel like she could breathe. She closed her eyes and tried not to resent the mercy of sleep. Part 5. Even if tomorrow forgets. Marinette knew something was going to happen before she could name what it was. The day didn't feel wrong. It felt suspended. Like the moment before snow begins, when the air goes still and the sky lowers but nothing has fallen yet. She woke with the map still echoing in her head. 4th attack. No. 5. Someone's feeding it. Adrien's relief. Cat Noir's promise. Tomorrow. She didn't resent sleep this morning. She resented uncertainty. Her diary had grown thicker. The pages were no longer just reassurance. They were diagrams, connections, observations, lines drawn between names she didn't remember choosing. She brushed her finger over the most recent entry before closing it. Why does Adrien look relieved when he sees me? The question felt heavier today. At school, everything was almost normal. No Akuma alert, no distortion, bending windows, no pressure pressing at the edges of her mind. Just classes, just teachers, just the ordinary hum of teenage life continuing stubbornly as if Paris wasn't quite unravelling itself. Marinette found Adrien near the lockers after the second period. He was staring at his phone, thumbs hovering as if debating something. When he noticed her, he looked up too quickly. Hi, he said. Hi? There it was again, that flicker. Relief. Not dramatic, not obvious, just a small loosening around his eyes. You're jumpy, she observed gently. Adrien let out a soft laugh. Am I? Yes. He rubbed the back of his neck. Maybe I didn't sleep much. You said that yesterday. I did? He blinked, startled that she remembered. He recovered quickly. Guess it's becoming a habit. Marinette watched him more closely after that. He wasn't distant. He wasn't distracted. He was bracing. As if he'd made a decision and hadn't figured out how to live inside it yet. The day moved slower than it should have. At lunch, Alia leaned towards her and smirked. You're staring. I am not. You absolutely are. Marinette flushed. He looks like he's about to do something reckless. Alia raised an eyebrow. Like jumping off a building reckless or asking someone something reckless? Marinette's heart skipped. I don't know, she said quietly, but she thought she did. The final bell rang. Students flooded into the corridor in noisy waves, winter light filtering through tall windows, pale and already fading. Marinette packed her bag slowly. When she stepped into the hallway, the crowd had thinned. Adrien stood near the far end, waiting. He looked like he was considering walking away when he saw her. He straightened. Hey, he said. Hey. No audience now, just quiet. Adrien exhaled once, steadying himself. Are you busy this weekend? He asked. This weekend? Yeah, I mean, it's Valentine's, which is, I don't mean like... He stopped himself, cheeks faintly pink. Marinette's heart did something ridiculous inside her chest. I was just wondering, he continued, voice a little steadier now, if maybe you'd like to go out with me on Saturday. The corridor felt very still. You're asking me on a date? She said softly. Yes. Not dramatic, just true. Marinette felt warmth rush up her spine. Would she forget this tomorrow? Would he have to ask again? He knew that risk. And he was asking anyway. I'd like that, she said. Adrian blinked. Then his shoulders loosened, relief deepening. Really? Really? He let out a breath that sounded like he'd been holding it all day. Okay, he said quietly. Good. They stood there, awkward and suspended. So, she added gently, what are we doing? He rubbed the back of his neck again. I haven't figured that part out yet. She laughed softly. That's brave. Yeah, he admitted. I guess it is. The corridor lights flickered on as daylight faded. I should go, she said. He nodded. If something feels off tomorrow, just... He stopped himself. Just what? He smiled faintly. Just text me. I will. See you tomorrow, he said. Tomorrow. The word felt different now. Not inevitable. Chosen. See you tomorrow, she echoed. Halfway down the stairs, she glanced back. He was still watching her. Not possessive, not anxious, just making sure she was real. Later, on the rooftop, winter air biting gently at her cheeks, Marinette looked out over Paris. A shadow landed beside her. Princess. She didn't turn immediately. Hi, she said softly. You look different, Cat Noir observed. Adrian asked me out, she said. Cat Noir stilled. Oh. You're okay with that? She asked quietly. Yeah, he said, and she realized he meant it. He looked relieved, she added softly. Cat Noir's eyes flickered. Yeah, he murmured. I might forget, she whispered. I know, but he asked anyway. Yes. Why do you keep coming back? Cat Noir's smile was small and steady. Because it's you. The same answer, different context, the same truth. Marinette nodded slowly. Tomorrow might forget, but tonight? She remembered being asked. She remembered saying yes. And somewhere beneath the fear of sleep, beneath the pressure and the pattern and the unanswered questions, hope flickered, even if tomorrow forgot. I hope you enjoyed part 4 and 5. Bonus putting them together, but part 5 was smaller, so I thought, why not just put them together and have a longer one? So I hope you really enjoyed it. Make sure you smash that like button. Comment down below what you think will happen next. Adrianette having a date on Valentine's. And make sure you share and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future parts coming and any other stories coming your way on AudioFix. And I hope you're good. And lots of love to everyone. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye.